Hello friends, welcome back. Today we going to discuss on some terminologies which are related to demand and supply. So in today's session we going to discuss what is meant by demand and what are the different types of demand, as well as we also going through with the meaning of the supply. So first we start with the demand. So, a demand we can known as a desired backed by the purchasing power of consumer at specific price or set of prices in given time in this specific market. So, demand is a desired of a person that is backed by the purchasing power of consumer at specific price or a set of prices in given time in a specific market. So all demand, all wants, we cannot say it as a demand. Demand means, suppose a person he want to purchase a mobile phone. If he want to purchase a mobile phone, if he has a ability, if he has a money at that much in which he can purchase that product, then we can say it is a demand. But if same person he has a desire to purchase a car, but he is he don't have that much of money, or even he will not get that much of resources to purchase that car, then we cannot say it as a demand. So demand means a person he want that thing, he desire to have that thing. Along with desire he should have a purchasing power. Purchasing power, in it means he should have a capacity, he can afford that, he can purchase that, or that much money he should have to purchase that specific product. So and he can pay for the amount or value which the price of that product in a given time. Time is also matter. Suppose he want to purchase tomorrow, and if tomorrow he will not have a capacity to purchase that product, then we cannot say it is a demand. So in the demand, three things which have to remember. The first one is desired. Second thing is purchasing power. Purchasing power means the capacity to purchase that things or to pay for that product. And another one is time. Suppose a person he has a purchasing power, he has that much of money to pay for that product in a time, means at when he want to buy, but he don't desire to have that thing, then we cannot call it as a demand. So demand means three things which have to remember. First one is desire, that person should willing to purchase that product, as well as he should have a purchasing power, means he should have that much of power to purchase that product, and in a given time. So if we have to identify the demand, the time means when he want to purchase that product, at that time he should be desired and he should be have a purchasing power. So these three parameters which are always associated with the demand, and when these three are present, then we can call it as a demand. So demand is backed by the purchasing power of consumer at specific price or a set of prices in a given time in the specific market. Then in another language we can say demand, it means to the quantity of the commodity which an individual person is willing to buy at a particular price at a specific time. So and there is also the quantity of the commodity which an individual want or willing to buy at a particular price at a specific market. So it also be known as a demand. Then below the graph which shows the graph of demand. So the demand graph is always negatively sloped. It means on the x axis it's a quantity demanded, and y axis it's a price. So it always negatively proportionate, means it is a negative relationship, or we can say it's a inverse relationship between quantity and price. Suppose here is a 5, 10, 15, 20. So suppose the quantity at a point D, the price of product at a point R, the price of product is 5. So he will demand a quantity R at the price 5. But as we go above, means when price increases, it increases from 5 to 10, then demand of quantity decreases from R to D. So there is a decrease in demand. Again, if price goes up to the 15, then demand decrease up to the point P. And if price again increase to the point D, then again quantity demanded will decrease up to the point D. So this is a negatively sloped. So there is a negative relationship or inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded, and we can say demand graph is always negatively sloped. Then there are different terminologies or different types of demand. The first one is price demand. So price demand means what? Consumer would purchase at a given time in a market at a various prices. So as we seen in a previous slide, there was a graph. In that graph, as price increases, the demand of quantity decreases. So the effect of price, when we see the effect of price on a quantity demanded, then we called it as a price demand. Means when price increases, the demand decreases, then we called it as a price demand. So price demand means price is an influencing factor which affect on the quantity demanded. So when we calculate or when we identify there is a effect of price, there is a price is a parameter which affect on the quantity demanded, then we called it as a price demand. Then second one is the income demand. Income demand means income is a influencing factor which affect on a demand. So if there is a increase in income, what will be effect on demand? That relation is called as a income demand. So price demand, there is a always inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. In a income demand, consumer would purchase at a given time in a market at various levels of income. So income demand shows how income will affect on a quantity demanded, and at the different income level what will be the different quantity demanded for that product. So that is a income demand. We say the income and demand are positively affected, or there is a positive relationship between or proportionate relationship between income and demand. As income increases, demand of a product also increases. So it is a income demand. How income affect on the quantity demanded, it is known as a income demand. Then another one is the cross demand. Cross demand means the effect of one product, or we can say the price increase of a substitute product will how affect on a main product. So there is a cross demand. Cross demand means the if there are two product, tea and coffee, so increase in a price of a coffee how will affect on a demand of tea, then it is called the cross demand. Cross demand means effect of a substitute product, effect of increasing or decreasing price of a substitute product on a main product. So it's a cross demand. So the example is that changes in the quantity demanded of coffee will respect to change in price of tea. So if price of tea is increase and decrease, how it will be affect on the demand of coffee, that relation we can call it as a cross demand. Then another one is joint demand. Joint demand means it's a there is a association of a product. So the suppose the one product will not work without the another product, then that relationship it known as a joint demand, means they complete each other, and without presence of any one product, another product will don't have any use. So that type of relationship it's called a joint demand. The example is as pen and ink. Suppose there is a pen but we don't have ink, then it will don't have any use, so it's a useless product. Same thing, if we have a ink but we don't have a pen, then we cannot do anything with that ink. So it is a joint demand, means two products are complementary to each other and they are complete each other, so those are the joint demand. Then composite demand is another type of demand. In a composite demand, the one product will have the multiple uses. For example, the electricity cannot be only demanded for a household use, it may be for industrial purpose. So same thing, composite demand means demand for that product is not for only the one purpose, the use of that product is of the multiple uses, so it is called composite demand. For example, electricity, or even the another example is water. The water quantity demanded, it not only for the drinking purpose, it may be for household use, it may be for irrigation purpose, or it may be for industrial purpose. So this is a composite demand, means one product which is demanded which have the multiple uses, so that is the composite demand. And another one is derived demand and direct demand. So derived demand means we can say it is a indirect demand, means demand for a paddy grains is direct demand. So suppose family he is demanding the paddy or he is demanding the rice, so rice they will directly consume, then the direct consumption or direct use, that is the direct demand. Whereas the demand for organic fertilizers is not a direct demand, because the demand for organic fertilizers is for use that fertilizers for the paddy production, then it is a derived demand. Derived demand means it is an indirect demand, means demand for organic fertilizers is not for direct consumption, but this product will be used for another purpose, and again that will affect on the demand for a paddy, so it's a derived demand. The demand for fertilizers, even demand for agrochemicals, those are the uh, derived demand. So derived demand means it's not a direct use of that product, or we cannot say direct use, but the demand for that product is for another purpose, it for the something else, and that product will be useful, so that is the derived demand. So this was about the demand. Now we have the supply. So supply means it is just like a demand. There also the important factor, that is the supply. So supply means schedule of the amount of good that would be offered for a sale at all possible prices at a given point of time. So it is just like a demand. In a demand there was a desire, there was a time, and there was a prices. So same thing, in a supply there is a desire to supply, there is a ability to supply at a given prices, and ability to supply at a given time. So when these 3 points are together, then we called it as a supply. So schedule of the amount of goods that would be offered for a sale. So the amount of goods that would be offered for sale in a market at all possible prices at a given point of time is called as a supply. Or we can say making a availability of a product at a time at a given prices in a market is known as a supply. So this supply shows by the following graph. So this is the positive relationship between price and quantity supplied. it exactly opposite to demand. In demand it was a negative relationship, but in supply it's a positive relationship. As the price increases, the quantity demanded will also increase. So it shows the positive relationship, or we can say the price and quantity supplied are proportionate to each other. So students, in today's session we discuss on the meaning of demand and supply and some important terminologies related to demand. So if you have any question, any queries, then you can contact on me on our group. Thank you.